and a warm welcome to Your Health Matters with me, Susan Mwongeli. Now today I would like us to focus on rape and defilement. Now, this hashtag has been trending in Sierra Leone.
My pleasure.
It's of this little girl, Hadija, who died on June the 17th. She was a victim of rape. Details of the incident too grisly to share. According to local reports, it was not the first time, and the suspected perpetrator is a family member. It's not the first such incident in Sierra Leone. The country declared an emergency over rape and sexual assault in 2019. In Nigeria, as the Justice for George Floyd hashtag was trending, so was the hashtag Justice for Uwa.
Justice for Uwa! Say no to rape! Justice for Uwa!
After she was raped and killed in a church. According to local reports, a security guard found her unconscious in a pool of blood. Uwa's case was just one of several shocking cases to be reported in Nigeria in the recent past. Here in East Africa, this video shows police and residents in Kenya carrying the body of a Form 1 student who was raped and killed at Bargate Forest in Nakuru County in May. Residents took matters in their own hands and lynched the suspects. Kenya is also trying to come to terms with reports of alarming rates of teenage pregnancies and rape defilement in various counties in the past 3 months. In South Africa, the body of a 3-year-old girl was recently found dumped in a field in Orange Farm, south of Johannesburg. According to police, the gruesome discovery was made by a passerby who had been collecting plastic bags. Local reports indicate that no fewer than 21 women and children have been murdered over the past few weeks. Now, these cases that I have just highlighted are but a drop in a big ocean of similar incidents reported across the continent, all within the past 2 months, which begs the question, why is there a sudden upsurge in rape and defilement cases? Does it have anything to do with the ongoing COVID-19 lockdown, or are we suddenly a bit more comfortable to talk about this? Whatever the case, we need to do something. Action must be taken, and taken right now, to stop it. But what can we do on an individual level? I spoke to psychologist Dr. Deborah Obwoge.
I believe I would start off by encouraging parents to cultivate a relationship with their children. Actively engaging in their lives will create a basis for proper and clear communication so that even when things do not seem right or okay with the kids, we are able to pick that up. For example, if I am talking to a child between the ages of 3 and 6, I will probably teach them about the no-no parts, or the no-no types of touch. So if I'm talking to a girl, I will tell the girl, always remember that this and down here are the no-no parts to touch. So if anyone touches your no-no parts, please come and tell mommy or tell daddy. It doesn't matter who it is. And especially for the girls, you will even tell them, even if it is daddy who touches your no-no parts, come and tell me. So that they are well aware that a touch that makes them feel some type of way or uncomfortable, they need to speak up about it.
Oftentimes you find that the perpetrators are family members or people known in the family. Now, how do you, or where do you draw the line? Yeah.
Okay. So it is quite a tricky situation because we need to strike a balance between knowing how to handle our relatives and knowing how far they can go with regard to their interaction with our children. So as I had mentioned earlier, furnishing our children with appropriate information, letting them know that yes, these are our relatives, they are part of our family, but that does not negate the fact that they could abuse us or they could touch us inappropriately. And you are allowed to come and tell me, who is your mother, or to tell your father that uncle so-and-so or brother so-and-so or auntie so-and-so touched me in a manner that was inappropriate. For the children, provided they know that one, they will be listened to, and two, the information they give will be treated with utmost confidentiality, meaning that they will not be put at risk, and three, action will be taken when they do give this information, then they will be free to express that to people.
Now, the other thing is how to tell. There must be telltale signs that there's something that is not right.
Yes.
And again, for some parents, you might find that you have all this going on, you have work, you have all these things, and sometimes they're not able to spend as much time. But are there certain things that when you see this, something is very wrong here?
Yes. As much as we do not have time to spend with our children, I would say quality time over quantity time. The little time you have to spend with your child, ensure you are doing things that are constructive. Constructive meaning things that help you know more about your child, their personality, how they express themselves, how they deal with stress, or how they cope with stress, so that when you see aggressive behavior coming up in a child who was not ordinarily aggressive, you will know there's something there. Or if you see a child who was once very bubbly, very outspoken, becoming withdrawn and wanting to keep to themselves, you will notice. If they develop certain obsessions, this child is now pushing you to clean them up more. Mommy, I want to take a shower. Mommy, now it's time to take a shower. They had already taken a shower, but they want to take a shower again. You will notice, you will know there's something off about it. If they're experiencing certain discomforts, for children, especially the younger ones, I'm talking toddlers and school-going age, especially those who have just started school. If they were touched inappropriately, or if there was any form of penetration, if it is a girl, they will tell you they are experiencing pain down there. They will want you to rub oil there. They will want, as you're washing them, focus on that area because of the feeling of uncleanliness that comes with defilement. So if you notice such things, you're then able to know that there is something that's amiss somewhere. Even the patterns of their play. If it is a child who plays with dolls, or if it is a boy who plays with action figures, you will notice that their play is mostly centered around the genital areas. So it is, the dolls are performing genital, the play is focused around the area of the genitalia. So if you notice, their patterns of play has changed, not just with their toys, but even with their peers, then there is reason for concern. Yeah.
Now you find you're in a situation where your child or just somebody close to you has been defiled. How do you help them during this time and to at least through the traumatic experience?
Okay. If there is any discomfort they express towards a certain someone, you take them out of that situation. If they were close to a certain uncle or to a certain aunt, and when that uncle or that aunt comes around, the child behaves in a certain way, or they want to stay away from them, they want to be around you so much, they don't want to let go of you. That is your child telling you that they are uncomfortable around that person. And that could be the perpetrator of that act. So does it mean then physically removing them from that situation? Does it mean relocating to another place? Because being around the same place could cause them to have nightmares. They could have re-experiencing, they could feel like they're going through the same thing over and over again. Or even sometimes they become hypervigilant. Anyone touches them, they jump or they do whatever. Does it mean that you will need to remove them, whether it is from that school, whether it is from that estate, whether it is from that gathering of relatives or whatever? There are times we need to take physical action. And the child also needs to be validated that the feelings and the emotions they're going through is perfectly normal and it's perfectly part of the process, because what they experienced was rather unpleasant. So even when they get the nightmares, when they're feeling distraught about certain people or certain circumstances, it is normal for them to go through that. They need to be reassured that they are safe. As their parent, you are doing your best to keep them safe, letting them know that they can express themselves. They are allowed to speak up about it whenever they find themselves in any form of discomfort, or they're feeling, okay, mom, I know we have said I am a strong child, I can get through this, but today I'm not feeling it. You as a parent being there, reassuring them and telling them, yes, there is a light at the end of the tunnel, but I am here to help you go through all these things. Sometimes you may need to take legal action, get a restraining order against someone. You know, if your child sees you taking action to protect them, they are better placed to work through their trauma. If they feel they have a safe environment to express themselves, even if it means taking them to see a therapist, which I would highly recommend.
Something that often comes out is when this was happening to this person, the parent was aware but kept quiet. Why? Because of the stigma. And also the kids, again, will keep quiet because of the stigma, and also not wanting to cause friction in the family or with whoever that is around them. What would you say to such people who are in that situation?
One of the things I would like parents to think about and to have in mind is there are two ways one can handle the information that comes with defilement. For example, the child has brought it to your attention that they have been defiled. You can choose to respond or you can choose to react. Now, reaction is often negative, meaning you could find yourself punishing your child or punishing the person that has perpetrated that in a manner that is not constructive. You know, it could often cause distraction, and it is these reactions that often bring with them stigma. But if a parent chooses to respond as opposed to reacting, the child has raised that they have been defiled. Does it mean that I physically remove my child from this situation? I have responded in a manner that is protecting my child. Yeah. Does it mean I will need to take legal action upon this person? You know, if we keep quiet, they could continue harming not just your child but other children. And you know, for someone who has been traumatized, if it happens to them again, they are re-traumatized, and that puts them in a worse place than they were before. So what does responding mean? Does it mean reporting to the authorities? Does it mean physically removing my child? Does it mean discussing with this family member and telling them that, you know, you are no longer allowed around my children, you are no longer this, that, and the other? Finding constructive ways to deal with the issue as opposed to destructive ways, and treating the issue with utmost confidentiality, especially for the child. Yes, they were defiled, but this is not information that we need to put out there, lest people view them in a different way. If the child feels, if I speak up about this, oh, mommy will beat me up, thinking that I was the one who did wrong, or mommy will go around telling other people, or the people in school will know and they will treat me differently. Find out the concerns of your child surrounding this issue. Then ensure that even whilst taking action, these concerns are addressed, and reassuring the child that I need to protect you. And in protecting you, I will not shame you. I will not divulge this information to people who don't need to know. So it's okay to come and talk to me because I don't want anyone to harm you. And I will take the best action necessary to protect you and to also protect your integrity as a person, because they may be children, but they are people nonetheless. So their integrity is also, and their dignity is worth protecting. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, thank you very much. Very
It was a pleasure.
insightful. Wow, that's it on Health Matters today. And if you have any comments or suggestions, feel free to send them through. And also remember to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, bye-bye.